guys, it's Stephanie from Stephanie's Style Co. For those of you that aren't familiar with my channel already, I'm a part-time online fashion retailer and I'm in the Washington DC area. And for this video, I'm going to share with you guys my solds for the month of January. I took a bit of a hiatus at the end of Q4 for the holidays and a lot of stuff going on. And so I just started to really kick it back up into high gear in January, and my sales definitely have reflected that. So I'll start off with the high point numbers and then get into the items that sold. And then right over here, you're going to see a photo of the item as I go through. So for the month of January, I had a total sales number of $1,095. It's pretty good. It's not my highest month, but definitely trying to get back into the swing of things. My total items sold was 39 items. Again, not the highest amount I've sold, but good progress. And my average sale price was $28. So I took a look at that from several months through the end of last year, and it's actually gone up quite a bit. It's gone up from $23 to $28. And I think a large reason for that is because I'm selling a lot of new with tags pieces that I'm getting through retail arbitrage. There is a downside where the cost of goods are a little bit higher, but the ROI tends to be better. And so I think that's why I'm seeing that increase. My sell-through rate actually did go up quite a bit. It was in the low 20s before, and now it's up to 31.53. And I definitely attribute that to the fact that I'm selling a lot of my older pieces. When I first got started in August of last year on Poshmark, I was selling a lot of the summer pieces and wasn't really fully in the swing of selling things in that selling cycle. And so I had a lot of leftover items, and now I'm seeing a lot of my old inventory getting cleared out, which is great, but that's definitely going to impact my sell-through rate. So let me just get into the items that I sold here. And like I said, there's going to be a picture somewhere over here of each of the items. So the first one was a T. Alexander Wang sweater. I was super excited when this was in the new rack at Goodwill, and I'd never seen anything like it before. I hadn't seen any Alexander Wang out in the wild, and it actually took me a while to sell. I was really surprised, and it only sold for $20. So I looked at a lot of comps and they were really hit or miss, but I was surprised that it went on the lower end. I did consider sending it to the Real Real. I know some other people have used the Real Real, but I haven't really gotten into that super much. So it's something that I'm going to have to explore to maybe get a higher dollar amount for those kinds of items. The next item I sold was Aritzia Wilfred Floral Yellow Silver Silk Trim Jacquard Shorts. That's a mouthful. And those sold for $14. As you can see, they're super, super cute. And I picked them up when I first started on Poshmark. It was one of the first trips that I did. And they did take a while to sell, I think, because of the season. But had a really great experience with the buyer and got really good feedback. Happy to see those go to their new home. And then I sold, this was actually my first repeat customer sale. And I think that's one of the best things about, that you're doing well in business if you have repeat customers. So this was a repeat customer sale. It was an Anthropologie Dentelle peplum tee, and that sold for $12. A simple basic tee with a ruffle bottom detail, just super cute, super basic. Next I sold Lulu's. It was a Hidden Talent backless lace dress in a really cute seafoamy green color, and that sold for $18. And so I've seen a lot of different conflicting opinions on the reseller market about Lulu's as a brand. I do have a couple pieces that I either have already listed or gonna list, and it was my first sale of the brand. Not a super high return on investment, but I definitely didn't lose any money on that. So maybe I would pick it up again, but probably only if it has new with tags. The next item that I got is an Avenue Red floral sheer top, and that sold for only $6 actually. So that was a piece that I got in one of the Goodwill Blue Box mystery boxes. And that was another thing that I purchased when I first got started in reselling. I bought a plus size box. I myself am plus size, but I find it very difficult for me to shop in that category for resale. So I don't tend to pick up a super ton of plus size pieces unless it's a specific brand. But I got this box, and this was an item in it. It was super basic. Didn't really have any attention. So I was just really happy to see it go. And the buyer was super happy about it. So that was always great. The next thing I sold was a pair of Madewell Emmett wide leg crop jeans. So these were a new with tag item that I got in a retail arbitrage, and I've mentioned before on Instagram that I've recently gotten started with eBay, and actually my first eBay sale was in this list. And this piece did sell on Poshmark, but right after I sold it, because I'm still getting used to deleting listings on eBay after they sold on Poshmark and vice versa, someone actually did put in an offer for these pants on eBay, but I had to cancel and end the listing because they had already shipped out. But just good to know that this piece could have gotten some traction on a couple different platforms. The next piece is a Madewell texture and thread tie front tank top. So this is actually part of a 3-piece bundle, and they were all my newer retail arbitrage finds. It was also with a Madewell Courier shirt that was new without tag, and then Mother the Nomad Frey jeans, which were new without tag. So all of these pieces were super cute. Two of the two tops I got at the Clear the Rack sale shortly after Christmas at Nordstrom Rack. And then the other piece, I actually got it at Marshall's, and I couldn't believe that I found Mother out in the wild, especially at a Marshall's. I've only found it a couple times, and it's either been at Nordstrom Rack or at Marshall's. So that sold in a really good bundle for me for $113. So I was really happy with that. And I think I forgot to mention the wide leg crop Madewell pants sold for $30 on Poshmark. So another pair of jeans and bottoms. I sold a Joe's Jeans skinny jean for $23. It had a really good stock photo, and I took pretty decent photos. Just a standard pair of skinny jeans. Not too much to say about that. So this next piece, it was a Madewell Northside long sleeve striped vintage tee, and it was an XXL. So I've been finding actually a fair amount of Madewell, especially on retail arbitrage that is plus size. So that's super great. It's a wonderful brand. It's one of my favorites. So it's really good to be able to find it in extended sizes. And I kid you not, this shirt sold, I think, within less than a day. And a person just came in and paid for the full ticket price. So it was a plain tee, didn't have a really high original retail value. So I was kind of skeptical about whether or not I'd make my money back on it, but she paid for the full ticket price. And so that was a really great sale. I sold a pair of BCBG Max Azria Luca Green cargo pants. So these were actually a piece that I got at Burlington Coat Factory. I sold them for $30, and they sat in my closet. They had a ton of interest. I can't even tell you, I probably lost count of how many likes that I got on them. And I kept sending out offers, and got to the point where I was about to break even on it if I sent offers any lower. And then someone actually came in and offered a really good price, so I instantly accepted that offer. The next item, this is another piece that I had for a fair amount of time. It's a Fabletics black and gray heather jacket, and I thought it was super cute, and I had listed it back in like the September timeframe, so right when it's getting colder. So I thought that that would be, something that sold really quickly. Again, it was another piece. I actually ended up even relisting it once, and it got a ton of likes every time, like 20, 30 likes, and I would send out offers and got no traction. And then finally someone came in and gave me another reasonable offer, and that was for $20, and I was happy with that. So Fabletics has been hit or miss for me. I do have a couple more pieces that are new with tag Fabletics I'm getting ready to list in my closet, so we see how those do. The next pair, I am obsessed with these. They're J. Crew printed mini medallion pant. They're like super cute neon pink, and they have this amazing pattern. They sold for $20, and just a simple J. Crew pair of pants. They're one of my newer thrift haul finds. The next is the first piece of UMG that I've ever listed. I know that Empty Hanger talks a lot about UMG, and so that's when I had my first awareness of the brand. And so I found this at a thrift store. It was a Goodwill that I don't usually go to, and it's super oversized, super comfortable and soft. So I knew that that was going to go pretty quickly, and it did within about a week. And I sold for $24, so a really decent return on that. Next, I have a Tommy Hilfiger white and blue tweed jacket, and that sold for $25. It's just a super cute, basic career wear piece. I don't sell a lot of Tommy Hilfiger. The stuff that I take, and this item included, does take a fair amount of time to resell for me, but I still will pick it up if it's the right item. The next piece that I sold was a Brooks Brothers 346 red gingham shirt. I have a couple of Brooks 346 pieces, and I've sold a couple. A couple have been sitting there forever. So this went really quickly. It's just a really cute gingham red and white shirt and really versatile staple piece, and that sold for $15. Then I sold a Zara Trafalic, I might be butchering that word, I have no idea, a golden floral top, and that sold for $15. I was obsessed with this. I could not find, it wasn't a care tag on it, so I couldn't find a style number and find any stock photos, but it was just a gorgeous peachy golden color, and the kimono Asian detail just was super, super cute, and the buyer was really excited to get it, so that was great. So the next piece is a J. Crew gray drapey tank top. So I actually got 3 of these. This one sold for $18, and I got a gray, pink, and black one all in the same time in a Marshall's haul that I did for retail arbitrage. And I still have a couple of them up on my closet right now, but that one sold pretty quickly and for a good price. I've started selling actually some men's stuff. I was really skeptical about whether or not I wanted to branch out into the men's. It's not really an area that I'm super comfortable in. I don't really know a lot about the brands, but I picked up some J. Crew pieces when I went to the men's with Love Posh last year, and found some corduroy and some khaki pants that were men's J. Crew, and those have actually started to sell for me. So this was one of those pieces. It was a men's fit 770 straight fit corduroy pant, and that sold for $20, and that's a really great return for a Ben's item. I think it's about $1.19 or so for the Richmond, Virginia area bins. So that was a good return. This next piece is a New York & Company short sleeve button down. I actually woke up to one morning this being sold, and it was a nice surprise. It only sold for $10, but it's one of the pieces that I got in one of my Goodwill Blue Box mystery boxes. So it was only about, I would say, $2 for the item. So pretty decent return for a very basic item, and I'm sure the person's really happy with it. I sold a J. Crew printed sleeveless bow back dress, and this was part of a bundle that I was really, really excited about. It sold with a Madewell ruffle strap wrap midi dress, and that was new with tags item. So this really was the signal for me that the spring things were really going to start picking up in sales. So I've actually started to adjust what I'm buying when I'm going out for sourcing, because I'm seeing more and more spring and summer lighter pieces leave my closet versus jackets and heavy sweaters. So this was a really great bundle. It was for a total of $75, and the Madewell dress I actually got in the Nordstrom Clear the Rack event. So super happy with it. They're gorgeous pieces, and I'm really happy for that buyer. The next thing I got, this was an item that I actually got at TJ Maxx. I don't go to TJ Maxx too much for retail arbitrage. Marshalls is definitely my preference. But I got these Zara high-rise kind of mom jean style lilac denim, and those sold for $25. So it was actually a really good return on investment for the amount that I spent for the item. And they did take a while to sell in my closet. I have another pair that's like a very small size, and it's acid wash with a neon pink. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to sell, but those I bought together. And then I sold, this was a great story. So I listed these White House Black Market Skimmer Moto jeans. They're red, super simple. I took photographs of them one afternoon, and I listed it, and I kid you not, within, I think we timed it, less than 10 minutes, these sold. And they sold for, I believe, full asking at $20. They were a bin spine, so it's a great return. And I was amazed that they sold so quickly. It was just like, I blinked and they had sold. So that was great. I love when that happens. I sold a pair of Sam Edelman stiletto boot cut jeans, for $30. These were new with tags, and I've sold a lot of Sam Edelman shoes, but I have only picked up and found a couple of Sam Edelman clothing pieces. I've heard a lot of mixed results from people about that. I actually highlighted these in a previous video of one of my first videotaped hauls, and they sold pretty quickly to another Poshmark reseller, and she was really happy with them, and they were a good piece, so that really incentivizes me to want to check out Sam Edelman again for clothing. The next thing is this really cool palm pattern hat by Lyra, and that sold for $12, and just a simple basic men's hat. It was, I don't really sell a lot of hats. It's not something that I've gotten super into. I've got a couple of them in my closet, and like I said, men's stuff started to pick up for me, so I was really surprised and happy about that sale. I sold a J. Crew Heather striped sweater, and that sold for, it was part of a bundle actually, and it was for $80, the bundle, and that also included a J. Crew downtown field jacket. So this really cool military inspired jacket with gold button up detail. It was like an olivey brown color along with the striped sweater. So that was a really great bundle. And then I actually sold it to the same buyer, but she ended up doing a separate transaction for it, so I shipped them separately. It was a J. Crew coral striped Charlie sweater, and that sold for an additional $18. So super classic striped sweater, really cute. The next, and I do sell a lot of J. Crew, so you'll probably hear that over and over and over again. I sold a J. Crew The Perfect Shirt pink plaid, super fun summer zingy colors. It's got like green and yellow in it. That sold for $15. And then this piece, this next one was a big surprise, and it was a really good surprise as well. So it's this Free People Haley puffer jacket, and I got it at the Nordstrom Clear the Rack sale, and it's super gorgeous. I got it for a really great price, and the comps were kind of all over the map, but I knew that if I held out, I had gotten a lot of low ball offers on it, and I actually listed it on eBay as well and got a couple of sketchy low ball offers. But I decided to hold out, even though I know that it's almost spring and it's the end of the season, so it's always a risk. And someone came in and actually bought it full price sale on a Monday morning. It made my day. It's a great start to the week, and that sold for $100, so that was really wonderful. And then that same day, it was a day all about Free People. I sold a Free People pink Go Lightly swing dress for $24. Super basic dress, had really good stock photos of it, so I think that definitely helped sell the piece. The next one is actually my first eBay sale, yay, and it was a North Face Holidown crop jacket, and that sold for $120. That was the new with tags item that I saw at Marshall's. Wasn't a super great return on investment, but I saw it at the Marshall's, fell in love, and I could not bear to leave it on the rack and potentially have it end up in a landfill or something like that. So I definitely hopped on that and had a really good experience on eBay. As my first sale, I had to figure out some of the shipping because that was definitely like new territory, but overall really great experience. So we're coming up to the end here. The next piece that I sold was a Crown and Ivy floral scalloped hem short, and that sold for $40 as part of a bundle with a cut from the cloth straight leg jean and a J. Crew peach pattern tee. So I found a ton of really cute shorts in a recent Goodwill haul. And so this is one of those pieces that I found. I really love the scalloping detail. I know that that's not necessarily as in vogue as it was a couple years ago, but it's something that I'm really obsessed with. And the other two items, I believe, were from the bins. I think I've had them for a little while, so just really good bread and butter pieces. That was a $40 bundle for 3 pieces. And then I sold a Not Your Daughter's Jean slim straight leg jean. This was another bins item that I found and was a $13 sale, so not super high, but again, at the bins, I'm willing to get different things, and it's different with the return on investment versus if you're paying $6 in a retail store for Goodwill. And the last item that I sold for this month was actually today, and it was a J. Crew men's 484 corduroy pant. So this was another men's item that I'm really excited about selling, and it was a $30 sale. So overall, I did, again, $1,095 in sales, and my average sale price was $28. For February, my goal is to sell at least $2,000, and that is my gross. It's not my net, and that doesn't count cost of goods. I don't share cost of goods for respect to the buyers, as well as, for market research in a competitive market. So I tend not to share my cost of goods, but I do want to sell at least $2,000 in gross sales. And then my goal is also to get up to 350 active listings and to ramp up some of my eBay sales. So definitely have a lot of work to do in February. I'm really excited. So thanks for joining me and listening to everything that sold for me in January. Hopefully hearing about what's selling for me and some of the brands that I'm picking up and reselling is useful information for you in your own resale journey. So as always, if you could like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, it's always greatly appreciated. Share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.